The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to talk about prenuptial agreements for second marriages. A prenuptial agreement is an agreement between two people that expect to marry that's effective once the marriage happens, and it usually deals with what happens if the couple gets divorced. It can resolve issues regarding will alimony be paid, and if so, how much, how will assets be divided, what assets will be marital assets, what assets won't be marital assets, how will debts be divided, how will inheritances be handled. So it can handle basically anything that two parties can think to contract about, but it deals with issues surrounding the marriage. And prenuptial agreements are really useful for everyone, but they can be especially useful for people who are going through their second marriage or third or fourth marriage for that matter. So we'll talk about real quick why prenuptial agreements are especially helpful for people on their second, third, or fourth marriage. So some people may feel hesitant to remarry after having already experienced a prolonged or expensive divorce. And a prenup can take away this hesitancy. The fear of divorce, once someone has been through it, is pretty reasonable because divorce can be expensive. It can be really acrimonious. It can take a very long time. But if you have a prenuptial agreement, the prenup resolves most of the issues that surround the divorce. Like I said, things like alimony. It can resolve child support, child custody as well. Anything that you would fight about in a divorce can be resolved in advance through a prenup, and judges will typically honor this. And if you resolve these issues in advance through a prenup, then you won't have to litigate in divorce, and you can basically just get a quick, inexpensive, and non-contentious divorce if divorce were to happen. You don't want to really think about that, but once you've been through a divorce one time, it's something that you think about in advance of any future marriages, and the prenup can take away the fear of getting remarried and the hesitancy to get remarried for a second time. It can also lead to a stronger marriage. So as we've discussed in a lot of our videos about prenups, we talk about the fact that financial concerns and communication issues are leading factors in the marriage, in the breakdown of a marriage. Well, a prenup, and talking about the issues regarding finances, how will investments be made during the marriage, how will debt be handled, what happens if we break up, not only can it open the lines of communication early before you're married, but it also can help you talk about and work through a lot of these financial issues to make the marriage stronger so they're not a stressor on the marriage. Third, should a divorce become necessary, a prenup will ensure that it is as smooth and inexpensive as possible. Going through one messy divorce is terrible. Going through a second one is unthinkable for a lot of people. So this makes sure that if this marriage doesn't work out, the divorce won't be expensive, prolonged, or as tense as it otherwise would be. Finally, prenup will allow you to protect the inheritances of children from previous marriages. So let me kind of explain how this works. If you don't have a prenuptial agreement and you get married and you have a mixed family, meaning you have children from previous families that are part of your family, the children of the second spouse to pass away will stand to inherit everything, while the children of the first spouse to pass away will stand to inherit nothing. And here's why this happens. Because the spouse will generally inherit everything according to intestacy law. So if there's no will or trust, the spouse will inherit everything. And then once that second spouse to passes away, all of their assets will go to the children of the second spouse to pass away, and the children of the first spouse to pass away won't get anything. This is really problematic because even if you have a will or trust that says, we agree according to our will or trust that we want all of our children to inherit, regardless of which marriage they were from, that can be changed after the first spouse passes away. A prenuptial agreement is contractual, and you can enforce it even after the first spouse passes away, and you can basically agree that regardless of who passes away first, you're going to provide in whatever way you agree you want to for the children of both spouses, not just for the children of the spouse that passes away first. So the difference between a prenup for a second marriage and a prenup for a first marriage, there's two major ones. One is really focusing a lot on providing for the inheritances of children from previous marriages, like we just talked about. The other difference is that couples that have been through a divorce are usually more likely to have a thorough and open conversation about planning for issues that may arise in a divorce. This might be something that's taboo for someone who hasn't gone through a divorce, but for someone who has, they're much more open to that conversation. And most of the time, once you've been through a divorce, you wish that you had a prenup for your first marriage, so there's not a hesitancy to have a full-throated conversation about these issues. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below this post at learn-about-law.com or below the video on our YouTube station. If you need some help, give us a call at 630-324-6666. That's 630-324-6666. We offer free consultations in many areas of law, and we have several offices and several geographic locations for your convenience. If you found this helpful, we'd love it if you subscribe to us on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or SoundCloud or wherever you listen to your podcasts or consume your videos. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.